What's up, YouTube? It's Big Fish here with another reaction video. We're here with the ladies of the View, of course, and you can see on Whoopi's face, it's about to be a diabolical video. But before that, we got Kash Patel investigating James Comey for what he did as he was FBI director when he was trying to tamper with Trump. We coming for you. We haven't forgotten. Also, we got the bill passed for no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime. Some people are going to be mad about it, some aren't. We understand the Democrats are going to fight everything that Trump does because they didn't think of it first. As you see, as Kalamala Hamala Damala tried to use that same line when she heard Trump do it. She a fake. Let's get into the video. MUSK demands federal workers to list accomplishments.
The new administration's campaign promise to gut federal agencies helped put them back in the White House. But now they seem to be facing a backlash. And in and out of D.C., the new White House appointees like Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard told federal workers to ignore Elon Musk's demand that employees list what they did at work last week. Like, this is what they need to be doing because he's curious. And a growing number of voters in Republican districts, which is where the noise needs to be made, are telling their local leaders that this is not what they signed up for. Take a look.
Why is a supposedly conservative party taking such a radical and extremist and sloppy approach to this? You have to do more with less.
This right here, this was in a Democratic city or a Democratic county. These people are all Democrats, so what they're trying to do is pretty much slander the Republican Party and say these are all Republicans coming to criticize. No. He's the Republican of Georgia, but these people are all Democrats. So let's stop the cap right there. Also, y'all can't list accomplishments that y'all did in a week. I can think about everything I did last week. Hey, wildin'.
In order to survive. Elon Musk is there. He will be able to raise questions, and because of his fame
and this is what Trump asked Elon to do.
Success, I think all of a sudden, President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders across the board. He's done some very good things. I think
there is no order and there are no consequences. Nobody is held to account.
The end result of the fraud and abuse that has been discovered already.
That's crazy that people can scoff at the fraud and abuse that we found. USAID is absolute trash. IRS is absolute trash. Social Security service is actually absolute trash. I can't wait till we get to the military.
So maybe a lot of voters didn't see this coming. These local officials should be listening to their constituents, or are they going to fall into line with the White House? Because it seems to me many of them may not have jobs in a year.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is the find out period, right? I think of a lot of the people that voted for this new administration, and they certainly didn't vote for Elon Musk. And so what I do want to point out is,
I'm getting so tired. I'm saying they didn't vote for Elon. If you voted for Trump, you voted for Elon. Everybody in his cabinet, everybody in Trump's cabinet, that's who you voted for. You voted for Tulsi. You voted for RFK Jr. You voted for Kash. You voted for Pete. Can we stop repeating the same stuff every time I can throw this shot?
is that Elon Musk is allegedly responsible for the DOGE, which is the Department of DOGE. It's the Department of Government Efficiency, and it was started to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. Right now, let's talk about waste. We're still waiting for Elon's group even though the White House now says he's not in charge of the group, to identify real government waste, because they claim that they saved $55 billion. Well, that is false. The itemized data shows it's far less, and in fact, a post-analysis found that hundreds of these canceled contracts that they listed as representing savings, there were savings of $0.
How come
So that's the first thing.
And the numbers were way off.
And the numbers were way off.
How come they don't list their contract?
That's my second point.
Oh,
Fraud. Now, MUSK's own companies have been promised or awarded nearly $21 billion by the U.S. government since 2008. Now, the cash is still flowing to Elon Musk with another 70.
So in 2008, when he had been in the Democratic Party, because he just switched over when Trump ran for the second term. So did Tulsi, so did RFK Jr. What? Are they?
$76.7 million promised since Trump's inauguration. Yet Doge is firing those federal employees that have oversight over his own contracts. So where is the fraud? Is it in the government or is it in Doge?
You know, I think
can I say one last thing? In terms of abuse, they are abusing federal workers. They are abusing federal workers. I was a federal worker. And I think they're abusing them because they're blinded by Elon Musk's greed. I was a federal worker. Now, how am I supposed to respond to Elon's request that I list 5 things when I've been in front of the grand jury, when I've met with witnesses that are in WITSEC programs in Oregon, and am I supposed to identify people and put their lives at risk? That's what they're asking.
He didn't say dox people. He said literally list 5 things that you got done. 5 simple things. It doesn't even have to be anything extreme. Why are you fighting this so hard? You know what? We already know that a bunch of people about to start getting fired. We saw Joy Reid just get fired. We know that this show, a couple people got to probably go. Their views are down. All of these mainstream networks, their views are absolutely garbo. Because ain't nobody listening to this. The only reason I'm reacting to this because they so funny. They say the most stupidest things in the world. I don't see them bringing up John Fetterman no more, governor of Pennsylvania. Because he made them look stupid. Come on now. They don't want to bring nobody that's going to disagree with them. Come on
Up to
now.
5 bullet points.
Well, you know, I think that instead of whether we should call it Doge or we should call it Dodge, because they are dodging logic, they're dodging oversight, they're dodging legality, they're dodging the Constitution, and they're certainly dodging any sort of empathy or compassion for your fellow Americans. I think what people are beginning to find out,
What happened to when Biden had laid off all those pipeliners and coal miners? Nobody cared about them. I did not see the View up here harping this hard about that. Where was y'all sympathy then? All of a sudden when Trump started laying off federal workers, now Americans feel like it's a toll on them. We don't need half of y'all. Y'all don't do anything. If you want to work from home, you better start up your own business. Because we don't care.
I've sensed a shift. It's been a little bit over a month now. I know it feels a lot longer than that. But I have sensed a shift in the last week because I think, you know, people are hearing about all the pain, all the suffering, all the distress, all the fear. They're hearing about the little 11-year-old girl committing suicide because she was bullied because her parents were undocumented immigrants. They are hearing about the fired fire rangers and park rangers. They're hearing about the firing of C.Q. Brown, a general who was the chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the woman who was heading the
What I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but once you go up in the rank, usually that's when, once you go up into the position that was in, they just give you the 4 stars. It doesn't really mean that you really earned the 4 stars. So the 3 stars right now that they just appointed, they're definitely qualified for their job. We don't care.
Navy, Lisa Franchetti,
Yes.
Yeah.
40 years each of them in
Yes.
their careers.
Yeah.
They are hearing about all of this chaos. And last week, on Friday, the Dow went down over 700 points.
Yeah.
Trump, we are now seeing that his numbers have suddenly shifted. He's 5 points down in net approval rating on CNN, 6 points down in Gallup, 7 points down in Ipsos, 4 points down in Quinnipiac. And it is because this is enough. I am so happy to see Americans protesting,
Yeah.
showing up, calling their Congress people.
That's all y'all can do is
202
protest.
224 That is the congressional.
One thing I want to say is
That's all
whenever
y'all can do
they're
is
talking
protest in the
about this
streets.
haphazard chainsawing
Yeah.
to the federal agencies, we talk about the fact that Trump was elected for the idea, one of the ideas was cutting this waste. But the voters didn't say how, the scope, and the pace at which it would happen.
And real waste.
Because right now, the adequate way to do this would be to give it a few months, learn these agencies, because you cannot identify the
No. You don't take your time with this kind of stuff, because all they're going to do is hide and delete. They're going to start running left and right and start shredding stuff, burning stuff. No, you don't give him time. He ran on this, and he's got to immediately put it into action as he's done. He told y'all what Doge was going to do. He told you who he wanted in his cabinet. Everybody's confirmed. We have the majority in everything. Y'all can be as mad and scream and cry as much as y'all want. But we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to force it on you. Like he said, I'm here to protect everybody. I'm sorry. And why don't I hear y'all talking about abortions no more? Wasn't that what y'all were fighting for, I thought, on the campaign? With Kamala? Abortions. I guess this is dead. Okay. All right.
the problem until you know the entire operation. And that's not what we're seeing here, which is why we're seeing this drop in not only ratings, but the pushback on the Republican Congress people. They're in these town halls, and what they need to be reminded of is Donald Trump didn't elect them to office. The voters in those rooms elected them to office. And in 2 years, when the midterms come up, they're going to notice, because right now we've seen like Jesse Waters and Fox say, oh, well, we wanted the waste fund, but not the veterans. And then like Zachary Levi said something like, some of these people voted for you. He's a president for everyone. And when you criticize what's happening here, you have to recognize that you have people that are taking orders from Elon Musk, who wasn't elected, but then their own administrative heads, like
Kash Patel.
and Tulsi Gabbard, are saying, no, don't reply to the email. But there's an email. But how does anyone
Gabbard
operate?
And Kash Patel are making sense.
And Jesse Waters, the point here is,
You gotta be nervous about it.
who's in charge? Because if I have a bunch of bosses, if one boss says, email me back, and the other one says, just disregard that, I wouldn't know which way to jump.
I think what we also need to think about here is that people are really going to feel these changes in their own pockets. Like your grandmother's Social Security, you're going to be harmed. That tax refund.
I know I'm kind of late on this video, but as we seen, we just got no tax on any of that stuff. So now all of this is just incredible what they're saying. They jumping out the left field with this one. They're always trying to tug on your heartstrings, emotions. It's never logical what they're saying. It's always emotion based. I can't believe that this show has been on for so long. They are doing horrible.
Check that you rely upon. Well, he just fired 6,000 IRS workers. You think you're going to get your tax refund on time?
Well,
Medicare, Medicaid,
but
Social
listen,
Security.
None
None
of
of that
these
stuff
things
is going
have lowered
anywhere.
the price of eggs 1 cent.
Not 1 cent. Not 1 cent.
well, if you think back, this is what I told you was going to happen.
They
I
funny.
told you people were going to sit, wait and see what they wanted to fight and how they wanted to fight it.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that I think most of us can say is this is not 1955.
Oh my
And we are
gosh.
not-
Oh my gosh. Why are you bringing up 1955? Like, what does that have to do with right now? What are you yapping on about, Whoopi?
And that's for everybody. That's for all the women in the room. That's for all the
She'd even make a
folks of
point.
different colors in the
She'd even
room.
make
That's
a
for all
point.
the men. That's for all the straight and gay people. That is a reminder.
What?
This is not then. This is now.
Yeah.
And we have, as a nation, fought too long and too hard. Too long.
She didn't even make a point. She said it's not 1955 and that was it. What was the point of you saying that, Whoopi? What was the correlation? You have rights. What do you... Oh my gosh. If I was over there, I would cut all them damn dreads off because I think they got her.
And we
people
allowed
didn't
a
wanna
lot of
clap.
stuff. We allowed a lot of stuff to be moved and whittled down, and this is what that leads to. So it's really kind of back on all of us, not just the Republicans.
What she got on dashiki? What the? Oh my gosh! I'm not even. We done with this video because she didn't say nothing. That face right there is how I'm feeling inside. Like what? Oh my gosh! 2 days after this video, we've got so much good things happening in the Republican Party. As I said, Cash is out here on James Comey ass. We don't got no tips on Social Security, overtime, and freaking serving tips. That helps me a lot because I'm a server. I like no. I would love to have no tips. I think I had $72 in tips today. I was like, damn. What about there's no tax on tips today? I'd be chilling. All I gotta do is claim my tips now. I ain't tripping. But go down to the comment section. Tell me how you felt about the video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thank you. Peace.